Hey everybody, it's Nicole with Pamper Chef. I hope y'all having a good night. So I thought I'd come on you live really quick. So we are cooking dinner tonight. So Brad has actually got some potatoes in our amazing air fryer back here. We are actually using these little golden Dutch yellow potatoes that y'all see right here. Okay, so we have those, and we just have those on the tray in the air fryer. Just going to show you so you can see. Put some oil and some salt and pepper on there, as y'all can see. Okay. Hey Sarah. So we just have those in the air fryer, pretty much roasting. They're on roast. Okay. So that's in our air fryer tonight. We're gonna do steaks in the cast iron. So we have our 12-inch cast iron out tonight. Brad has actually heated some butter up in there already, so we got some butter in there. So we're gonna cook these on our cast iron. Most of y'all probably know steaks don't take long to cook, so that's gonna be the last thing that we put in there. And I thought I'd come on live with you and cut up some zucchini and squash and onions and talk about a couple of pans. And hopefully that y'all have my favorite knife. I know I talk about my favorite knife all the time, which is the Santoku knife. It's got these little indentions, as y'all can see, and that's like for air pockets for your food not to stick, okay? So I'm actually gonna do a little something different. Y'all may have seen me do this. I think I did this sometime last year. Is I'm actually gonna take all the seeds and everything out of the middle of the squash and zucchini. It actually cooks better, okay? And you have less mush, I should say, when it comes to that. So I'm just gonna take that knife, I'm gonna cut it down the middle. Okay, I'm actually taking an old tool, so some of y'all might have this still in your drawer. This is called the Cornmore. I'm actually going to use this piece right here, and I'm actually going to just pull out that middle, okay? And as y'all can see, I have all this, okay, that you got left over, and then I have this piece that I'm going to slice up, okay? So again, when you get ready to slice, you can just slice, and they kind of look like little moons, okay? So we're going to do that to our squash and zucchini. Now I am putting this in our, tonight's, I should say, cast iron night. Tonight I am using our, it's kind of a 11-inch pan. This is the skillet with the lid, the enamel, so it's got that pretty color to it. I am going to put some oil in there. I'm going to use avocado oil. So just because it's pretty does not mean that it will stick. Okay, so you definitely need to make sure you're putting some oil in there. So as I cut these, I'm just going to throw them in there. And the good thing about the skillet with the lid is you can use it on the stove top, and you can also use it in the oven. So it's your choice on where you want to cook, okay? It makes everything so pretty. Y'all know anything about cast iron. You got that nice crisp when you cook, whether, again, you're doing oven or, I was about to say microwave, not microwave, oven or stove top. You have both of your options there. And again, we're just gonna, and I will probably end up with salt. I will do salt and pepper on this, and then we'll also throw a little butter as well. So we'll throw that in there. So again, if you have this cool tool, do not forget that it does this. If y'all want to do cucumbers the same way, you can do your cucumbers. And then you can also do your tomatoes. Those of y'all that do like Roman tomatoes and stuff, you can actually use it for that as well. Okay. So why I love the Santoku knife, if y'all can't tell, and I probably see me use this knife every video that I do, okay? It is hands down my favorite knife, okay? It's the perfect size. And you have to remember too that, you know, I always pick on knives because everybody tells me, they're like, Nicole, I hate cooking. You know, having a good knife, y'all, goes a long way in the kitchen, okay? That goes for cookware, that kind of goes for everything. That's what I always tell people. You know, people's like, why do you love cooking? Or, you know, why do you like doing this? Y'all, when you have the right tools in the kitchen, it does make life in the kitchen so much easier, okay? So it's not that dreaded, oh, I have to get that knife that doesn't cut so well and have to cut up all these vegetables, okay? But that Santoku knife, y'all, it's perfect. It's 5 inches, okay? And when you cut, you always want to grab it, kind of like chuck up on it, like if you're baseball, okay? Baseball or softball, you kind of want to chuck up on it when it comes to that. And again, you can just slice down if you want to, or again, I think I tell you all the time, you really can just use the tip of this knife and it does all the work for you as well, okay? It's totally up to you however you want to do that. But you want to get a good grip on it like this. Do y'all see how the handle is? You want to kind of get a grip. And I always tell people, right here, you know, on the side, and again, you don't want to put your finger right there, but you want to chuck up on it a little bit, like you are bat, okay, to do the same thing. So now we're going to do the zucchini. We're going to do the same way on that, and then we're just going to cut our onion up and just throw it in there. Now, of course, you can use the mandolin, of course. I know I've used that quite much because it is on sale this month. Do not forget, if y'all want that awesome mandolin, Monday is the last day to take advantage of that sale unless it sells out before then, okay? So make sure that y'all take advantage of that, okay? Don't forget all the New Year specials. Y'all don't forget that this pan that I'm using right here is a New Year special, okay? So don't forget to take advantage of that before that ends on Monday. And same thing here. Now, if you're a person that you don't like the skin on here, that's fine. You can actually remove that. Take your veggie peeler and you can remove that. Hey, Joanne. So again, you just slice, and then we'll do another one and throw that in there. Now, you could throw this in the oven if you want to. I'm not even turning the oven on tonight since we already are just going to cook those steaks on the stovetop. And those of y'all that have the air fryer, just FYI, steaks are amazing in that air fryer, and so is pork chops, okay, and chicken. I mean, you put everything in there. So I know I joke with y'all all the time that air fryer gets worn out over here. Like, it literally, it's actually, today's twice. So I had lunch and we're getting ready to eat some stuff out of dinner in there, okay? So it gets burnt up. Love, love, love that air fryer. If you have our air fryer and you are not using it, I need you to reach out to me. Do not feel bad for reaching out to me and saying, Nichole, I don't use my air fryer. We're about to have a conversation, okay? You're going to get it out, and I'm going to give you some homework, okay? I think once you start using it, you're going to realize what you've missed out on, and then you're going to be like, how in the world did I live without this air fryer, okay? All right, so onion, I've already kind of done all the peeling, that kind of stuff. So again, however you like to cut it up, I'm not doing anything specific, okay? I'm kind of keeping it in slices because I'm just throwing it in here to cook. And y'all know, vegetables are going to shrink like crazy anyway. Y'all kind of know when you do cabbage, you start off with this huge pan and then when you get done, it's like that, okay? So again, I'm just going to pull these apart, put those in here. And we will throw some more oil in here. I'm going to do some salt and pepper. Let you see my salt and pepper grinder set, which is my favorite. Love it. A lot of y'all probably may still have or had our bamboo one. I personally, don't get me wrong, I loved that until we came out with the stainless. And then, you know, they just make things better. Don't know if I have any stoneware fans. I'm not using stoneware tonight, but we have an amazing deal for our hosts in the month of February. All of our stoneware is 60% off, and you can actually earn 2 of those, okay? So that's pretty cool. And all your free half price and discounts, you can earn that as well. So if you've not had an online show or in-home or catalog, any of that good stuff, I do all parties. So whatever you're interested in, we can work that out. I'm sure everybody's friends are stuck at home. If you're Carolina, Virginia, we're supposed to apparently get some kind of snow again this weekend. This is like the 3rd weekend in a row. I am ready for my spring and summer. So come on, spring and summer. All right, so same thing. I'm just going to throw some oil in here. And then I'm going to talk about this pan so y'all can actually see it. Here is salt and pepper grinder set. Love these, okay? Love that this comes with a container because y'all know this is what catches all that leftovers, and then you can just trash that, you know, just turn it over and throw it in the trash, okay? So again, and this is just how I cook mine no matter what type of pan I'm in, even if it's going in the oven to be roasted or even the air fryer, okay? You have all your options. I just do salt and pepper, oil and butter. That's all I do, okay? Now, if you want to throw in different stuff, like you could throw bacon in here if you wanted to, totally your choice, okay? So y'all can see it looks super good, okay? So I want to talk about the cast iron enamel, okay? Obviously it's pretty. It's this pretty gray color. You have the lid as well. You'll see that it has its self-braising beats on here. So what this happens is normally when y'all have a lid that collects all that moisture, normally, you know, when you pick it up, it kind of goes everywhere. This keeps it on your pan and drops it back into your food, okay? So that's pretty cool. So you don't have to cook with this, but we are, because y'all know typically if you cook potatoes, squash, onions, cabbage, any of that stuff, you want to have that moisture, so you want to be able to put that down on top of there, okay? So we're going to start off cooking with that, and then we'll pull it off to finish off, obviously, okay? But what I also love about this is that you can wash this with soap, and you can throw it in a dishwasher if you want to, okay? It's totally your choice if that's something that you want to do. I will highly recommend that y'all can probably see on here the black rim that goes all the way around. That black rim is cast iron, and what that means is you cannot let it hand dry because it's going to rust. So you definitely want to keep that dry. If your dishwasher's not good at drying, make sure you pull it out and dry it, or don't let it air dry in the sink. Just like your normal cast iron, you want to make sure that that's completely dry, okay? That's really the only rules when it comes to it. I tell people if you get in here cooking, because if you've not cooked in cast iron before, you might have a little scorching just because you don't have the pan wet enough with oil or butter. Please know that that comes off. It's not going to look like that. All you have to do is take baking soda and water, y'all, and scrub it. It comes right off, okay? If you have that Dawn Power Wash spray stuff, you can literally let that sit on there for a couple of minutes and it comes off, okay? So it's super easy, you know, as far as cook-wise. Clean up, obviously, the nice thing about this is you can hand wash it. You can throw it in the dishwasher, okay? It's your choice. Now, what I would not recommend is you take this outside on the grill because it's not going to be pretty anymore, okay? It's not going to be that pretty gray. So don't forget, this is part of the New Year's special. So it is 15% off, so y'all can take advantage of that. And this has a lifetime guarantee. So this is that skillet that you can use every day if you want to, or it can also be your oven pan that you like. I've actually used this pan a lot when it calls for like a 9x13 dish. Most of y'all know it's just me and my husband at home, so sometimes we don't need a 9x13 dish full of stuff. So I've made a lot of recipes here and actually thrown it in the oven. Okay, so it's actually worked out really well. So I think that's it. Oh, and here's our steaks. These are ribeyes. Most of y'all know that we actually subscribe to Butcher Box, which I love. And if that's something that you're interested in, please message me and I'll send you some info. I've actually been doing it for a year now. Once we started Whole30 last year, you know, we had to, most of y'all probably don't know, but a lot of your meats and stuff have sugar in them, okay? So you have to find meats and stuff that doesn't have that, and it's hard, okay? But the things that come from Butcher Block, and it's much cheaper. So, you know, it's organic, it's grass-fed, very much cheaper than going to the grocery store, and it's delivered to your house, okay? I'm not a huge fan of frozen meats, but I will tell you, we've not had any issues because obviously your box does come in and it's frozen. So you obviously want to freeze those. But the amount, I should say, of food that you get for the amount of money is great. They have bacon, they have sausage. If you're on Whole30, of course, one of the things that it's very, very hard to find in the grocery store is to be able to have bacon and sausage that's compatible, okay? And most of y'all know everybody loves bacon and sausage. You might not be a fan, but we like both. I prefer bacon over sausage. I'm a sausage gravy girl. Like, I like my sausage gravy, but when it comes to that. So if that's something you're interested in, but we've had these marinating in Brad, salt and pepper, red vinegar. Anything else? No, red, white vinegar. And we actually got this new steak sauce that's Primal Kitchen. Okay, it's really good. It actually tastes like A1, but it's a little sweeter, I think. It's a little sweeter, but it's actually really good. Okay, no sugar, y'all, no sugar. Okay, so that's something that we can have. And we're not really big. We normally don't use any type of A1 sauce or, you know, any steak sauces, because y'all, if you season it correctly, you don't have to have all that sauce on there, okay? So I'll definitely show you pictures later, but we're gonna throw those. I'm gonna get my vegetables on first because they're gonna take a little bit longer, and then we'll get those skillet going for our ribeyes, and then I'll definitely share pictures with y'all later. So thanks for joining me tonight. If you're watching the replay, make sure you do #replay. Let me know where you're watching from and what you liked and learned. And those of y'all that joined us, thanks for joining us, and I hope y'all have a great night. Bye.